Welcome back to the Shop Mini RC, everybody. I'm Ken, and today, well, we're looking at some MIP tools. These are the Gen 2 tools from MIP, and we got some different nut drivers or box wrenches, box hexes. I'm not sure the exact name that we call these, but we're calling them nut drivers because that's what they call them. And we've got 4 different sizes. These are specifically for the minis or micros. I wanted to show and get one of each from 4 to 4.5 to 5 to 5.5, because one of the issues with the minis or the micros is that on a lot of the wheels, they are very, very tight with where the nuts are on there and the bolts. So a lot of times you end up having to take your box hex nut drivers and mill them down. And you can see, look at this. Look how far that is. I've milled this down a lot. And even these guys, heck, even the big one here, we've got them all milled down. You can see that. I basically have to stick them on a Dremel and turn them until they are shrunk down to the correct size. Like I said, I can show on this guy, this is a 4 millimeter. It's at 6.8, and I had to take it all the way down, basically over a millimeter, to get it to fit into some of the different wheels that we had. This one's 8, down to almost a 7. 6.9. That one wouldn't have to be too much, down to the 6.8. 6.8 down to 6.4. So yeah, the point is we had to take all these down, stick them in a drill, Dremel them down, and it's a pain in the butt. So we're going to check these out. From what I've been told, they're very thin-walled, which is awesome, but it's also MIP quality, which means they're going to last forever. Now, we do have experience with MIP tools. We've got some of their hexes here. This is one of their older Gen 1s. We have basically a 1.3, a 1.5, and 0.9 millimeter. All the stuff, most of them we use on our Mini Z and 128 Racing. They're in our to-go kit. Here on the bench, this is the only guy we've got here. One of the things that's nice about MIP tools is the tolerances are as precise. They're the most precise that I've used, to be honest. Every screw that I stick in here is just perfectly toleranced. And it really comes down to the quality of the screw. Sometimes this will have a little bit of an issue getting into lower quality screws if the tolerances of the screw are not correct. You know, I just have to kind of force it in a little bit harder, but then once it's in there, I mean, it is snug, and you're not worrying about stripping anything out. One of the reasons I have a lot of these guys is just because in the mini world, there are a lot of lower quality screw heads and screws. So sometimes I have to swap over to this one to get the tolerance to fit right. Or I'll even swap over to an 050, which is just slightly smaller than the 1.3, depending on the size. You know, sometimes 050 screws are also a little off. It just depends on the hardware we're using. But when it comes to high quality and basically never having a tip dull, I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but we use the hell out of this. And even in our Mini Zs and our 128 scale stuff, our to-go bag of tools, I mean, that's all we use is the MIP stuff. And I know they are definitely a premium priced product, but it's a premium quality as well. And their customer service is amazing. So when I decided to just stop dealing with the crappy ones, actually what spurred it is on one of these. Let's see if I can find it. I think this big guy. We had to go down so far, and then look, because we went down, there is a tiny crack. See that? I can fit my nail in there. A tiny little crack. Because we had to thin it out to be able to fit what we were trying to do. So I figured we'll get some new ones. We'll show them off. And MIP is working on some new more small scale nut drivers as well, like the tinies, like the 2.0, 1.1 millimeter, like for the scale hardware. So anyway, yeah, this stuff right here. So hopefully we'll be seeing that soon, where we'll have some drivers for that. But I'm going to open these up. I'm going to start using them, but I'm going to show you, we'll measure them out, show you the outer diameters just so you know, and then we'll just kind of test them on a couple rigs. So this guy here is the 4 millimeter. I love that they give extra information in here. Moore's Ideal Products. That's what MIP stands for. Also, these new Gen 2s, all of the sizes are engraved right in the shaft. So that's freaking sweet. Whereas the older ones, they had like the color coding is nice. They have color coding. But now I believe the color coding is right here. Yeah, buddy. So they're color coded, built into the shaft again versus the paper. And it's kind of like a heat shrink that's on there. This is nice, but you had to heat shrink and do each one when you bought a new tool, which was kind of annoying. But now we've got color coded and engraved. It's going to be awesome. Go ahead and open all these up. Come with our MIP stickers. Yeah, buddy. And there we have it, our different colors for the different sizes. 4.0, 4.5, 5, 5.5. Pretty slick. And again, these are pretty thin walled. So I am excited that these should fit into every application we need without issue. Is this a 4.0? Yeah, buddy. Plenty of space in there. It's not even rubbing on the hub. So that's awesome. Let's try this guy with the new Enjoras. I believe this is a 5. Nope, I lied. This is the 5.5, the big one. Ooh. Yeah, it's close, but we get in there. Looks like we need just a tiny bit more. It's already very thin, though. I think these are the reason that we had this all thinned down. Go ahead and measure this real quick. So this guy's a 7.85, 7.86. And this is milled down to a 7. Now, I'm curious. The Enjora tool seems to fit on this guy. Let's see here. We had this little Enjora electric driver. And I believe they're 5mm here, 5.5mm. Yeah, it fit with no issue. Yeah, that's a 7. So 7.8 on this 5mm, 5.5mm, excuse me. I mean, you can still get it on there, but you're not able to get it all the way in. So if your nut was more shallow or these screw heads were taller, you might have some issue. Let's see, what about this guy? Is this another 4mm? I believe it is. Yeah, 4mm. Plenty of room on that guy. And another 4mm with plenty of room. They fit perfectly snug over the nut, though. So that's good. We got some guys here with the 5mm. Now these are the same Enjora wheels so as the 5.5, so this is going to fit no problem because the 5mm is slightly smaller. Then also some 5mm here. We have no issue getting down in there. And now we'll try to find something with a 4.5 here. Got our Mini Z buggy here. Again, you can see how tight that wall is. Boom, no problem. 4.5 makes it in there just fine. So that's good. Yeah, buddy. Awesome. So it seems like they all are fantastic as far as the thin walledness, with the exception of the 5.5 right now. Again, that 5.5, I get that you can't really make it much thinner. That's part of the issue with this guy because we split. Mind you, we milled this down, and we milled it down quite a bit. We probably didn't need to go quite as far as we did. We're down to, what is that? 7.2, 7.1. Yeah. And this guy is right at 7.8. Whereas this one though is at 6.9. So I would think that you'd probably be able to get this guy down to 7.5. maybe that might be good. That might be good. Either way, let's go ahead and measure out the other two. Here's the 4.5. That guy's down to 6.47. Here's the 4.0, 5.95, 6.92 on the 5, and then again, one last time. 7.85 on the 5.5. Okay. Pretty awesome. The new Gen 2 tools are very slick. They feel great in the hand. I'm hoping that someday we get some spinner tops. That would be nice. I love these caps on these things. Depending on how you hold your tool, I definitely dig that. Same with this. This actually has a spinner top. Not that we use this one as much, but it still helps when it spins in your hand when you're putting pressure on there. It just depends on how you hold your tools, I suppose. But yeah, they've also got black handles that every once in a while they'll come out with and release some black handled. But orange is kind of their signature color there. They also have speed tips. We don't have any of their speed tips yet, but they're much like these. I think these are 1/4 inch speed tips. You can put them into your drivers, your power drivers, whatever. But it would be nice to have a spinner top handle. And I also dig that these guys are a little smaller. One of the things on their screwdrivers that I kind of sometimes have an issue with when we're working on the minis is they're so long, right? Whereas if you look at some of my guys here, like I try to shorten them up just a little bit, makes it a little easier on some of the smaller stuff to have shorter, but I also understand wanting them longer because if you're working on a larger scale, you need to be able to get down in there. Maybe someday they'll come out with an adjustable, length. That would be kind of cool, but we'll see. They're kind of a simple design because simplicity works, right? You don't have issues. You don't have things breaking. You don't have things, little screws stripping out because of the adjustability or handles cracking or anything like that. So they just try to keep it simple because simplicity works. You can see right here some of the other tools they have, though. Again, they're speed tips, which are super nice. They're also color-coded now and engraved with the Gen 2 sizing, all that good stuff. If you want to check out more, you can always scan right there or go to miponline.com, check out their stuff. Again, very quality tools. They're kind of the standard when it comes to top-of-the-line tools, especially in the RC industry. So definitely worth checking out. If we ever have any issues with these, we will let you know ASAP. But I don't foresee it. We have never had an issue with any of our drivers. And like I said, we crank down on them and we use them a ton, and their tips are still sharp as ever. They'll strip a screw way before they strip the tip. But again, making sure that you don't have tips that round out helps prevent screws from stripping out. So super important. And I'm excited to be able to now start using some nut wrenches, which is very cool because we don't have any MIP nut wrenches. All right, guys. Well, I hope you learned something. Hope this informs you a little bit on this product. And like I said, if anything crazy happens, if one of these breaks or cracks, or if they come out with some new updates, we'll let you guys know. And thanks for sticking around. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. Help support the channel, help support the video. Share this video with anybody who might be interested in some MIP tools or what tools to get for the minis. I'm hoping MIP will come out with maybe a set for minis specifically. What sizes do you guys think are the most important sizes for the mini and micros? Basically your 1/16 scale up to or down to your 1/28 scale. I think it's pretty obvious. The 1.5, 1.3, the 0.9 millimeter, the 0.50, the 4.0 box or nut driver up to the 5.5, maybe a screwdriver here or there. But what are the most important sizes do you think if you were to have a, let's say, 6-piece tool set or a 5-piece tool set? What would you like in that tool set? Put it down in the comments below, guys. Let me know and get out there and build something awesome. Use some awesome tools to build a car and then build your course and build a community and smash it, crash it, and bash it, and don't break the expensive parts. But if you do, use good tools to fix it.